Digital currency, opportunities, and impact on small business. Over the last 2 decades, the Internet, in conjunction with the smartphone revolution, has produced a world that is continuously linked, transcending national borders, temporal disparities, and physical distance. As a result, the Internet has become the backbone for the majority of human activities, including not just communication and pleasure but also economic activities such as trade and labor. By the 2010s, it was really difficult, if not impossible, to live without utilizing the Internet in some capacity. Part 1. The advancement of technology has also had an impact on how we store our money and pay for the goods and services we require. Most fascinating is that we are redefining our idea of what money is or may be, and we are beginning to experiment with new forms of money, digital currencies, that have never been seen before in human history. Digital currencies exist solely in the virtual worlds of the Internet, computers, and cell phones. They have strange-sounding names, are controlled by frequently foreign laws, and need us to develop new behaviors in order to utilize them. Some of the digital currencies originate from well-known issuers, such as social networks like Facebook or commercial platforms like Amazon. Others are part of the enigmatic group of cryptocurrencies, digital currencies with no person or entity overseeing their issuance, no authority regulating them, and that function on a decentralized peer-to-peer network. While currencies produced by companies such as Amazon and Facebook may be more significant in the economy, it is cryptocurrencies that are driving people's interest in digital currencies. They are undoubtedly deserving of attention due to the technological breakthrough they represent. Bitcoin, for example, is based on a complex algorithm that solves a long-standing computer science challenge known as the Byzantine generals problem. Despite the problem's catchy name, very few people have heard of it. Nonetheless, most of us have heard of Bitcoin. This is due to the enticing implication of a solution to the obscure problem with a catchy name, the possibility of payment systems, or even currencies, operating in a distributed network, with no issuer or institution controlling or managing it, and with sufficient security to withstand malicious attempts to infiltrate it. As we will see, this innovation has the potential to significantly alter the economy, from the way cross-border remittances are sent to the economic viability of micropayments to providing a method of transacting online that protects privacy better than any other method, to changing the way contracts are enforced. The timing of the idea could not have been more perfect. At the same time, the globe was experiencing the most severe global financial crisis in modern history. The crisis prompted some to question the administration of state-issued currencies as well as the institutions involved, particularly the banking industry and the government. Struggling banks, and even real bank runs, emphasized the potential fragility of traditional financial institutions as safe havens for people's money, while unprecedented government debt in many nations prompted concerns about the future viability of state-issued currencies. This prompted others to believe that the time had come to establish a money system that is secure, feasible for global economic transactions, and, most crucially, independent of current big financial institutions and governments. The notion that present international transfer mechanisms are costly and inflexible, imposing excessive expenses on individuals and businesses, has been a key component of the economic reasoning for such a money system. Aside from these economic reasons, some people, maybe motivated by a libertarian ideal, saw the need for a money system that is simply out of sight of governments. Bitcoin has captivated the media's interest due to its link with the shadow economy. Since its inception, the Internet and e-commerce have been exploited for illicit purposes, most notably the sale of guns and narcotics. The scale of this illicit commerce is difficult to quantify, but it is in the billions of dollars. Silk Road, one of the most well-known components of that shadow economy, was heavily reported in the mainstream media, especially when U.S. law enforcement shut it down and arrested its creator, Ross William Ulbricht, in October 2013. Ulbricht was convicted of operating the site in 2015 and sentenced to life in prison. Some people have always desired secrecy and anonymity through an alternative payment method in order to avoid prosecution. Silk Road was one of many, if not the largest, websites that specialized in linking buyers and sellers of illicit goods, operating on the so-called darknet, a layer of the Internet where activity cannot be easily traced back to the actual locations of its users. A payment method that guarantees secrecy and anonymity has always been a highly appealing offer for those involved in such unlawful trade operations. The mystique around the first cryptocurrency system, Bitcoin, fueled the media frenzy. Bitcoin was created in 2008 by a mysterious figure known as Satoshi Nakamoto, whose true identity is unknown. The cryptocurrency saw amazing success due to its rapid and widespread acceptance, at least until 2013. Since then, it has faced a succession of setbacks caused by a number of interconnected reasons, including a market crash, fraud, security concerns, and regulatory challenges from a number of nations. More importantly, Bitcoin's early success has resulted in an explosion of rival cryptocurrencies. Today, the complex ecosystem that has formed is fraught with uncertainty, prompting the question, what will the future of finance look like after the Cambrian explosion of cryptocurrencies? Before even examining this topic, it is important to understand that the world of digital currencies extends well beyond cryptocurrencies. In fact, in addition to Bitcoin and its competitors, a whole new family of digital currencies has arisen. The growth of digital currencies is also intimately related to the emergence of the Internet and has been fueled by the requirements of big Internet firms like Amazon, Facebook, and Tencent. The Internet's permanent and pervasive connectivity has also given rise to these new companies that allow a huge number of individuals to communicate in sophisticated ways. Social networks, e-commerce platforms, online game platforms, and virtual worlds are examples of transaction platforms that generate value by allowing exchange among its users, who frequently represent diverse groups of consumers, buyers, sellers, marketers, or developers. The nature of the transaction, whether social, commercial, for entertainment, or for a specific professional business purpose, frequently defines the platform's business model, including its value proposition and the manner the platform makes income. While these value propositions and income strategies differ significantly between transaction platforms, most of them, understandably, allow for economic interaction between their members and between these members and the platform itself. This presents the issue of the requirement for a medium of exchange, essentially an efficient payment system that can be customized to the platform's specific demands.